Good afternoon, everybody. I want to welcome you to the 2025 Phillips 66 Big 12 Men's Basketball Championship. My name is Alfred White, and I'll be your post-game press conference moderator throughout this week and this weekend. After each game, the winning team will be escorted to this room. We will have each team on the dais for up to 10 minutes each. We will ask each head coach to open each team session with general comments about the game. If you would like to ask a question, we ask that you please raise your hand and let us deliver to you a wireless microphone. Please state your name, your affiliation, and designate who you would like to answer your question. Ask those questions directly into the microphone. We will have quote transcribers working remotely. Quotes and other media materials are available in the media Dropbox on big12sports.com. When entering and departing this interview room, we request that you use the rear entrance to this area. Locker rooms are open for up to 30 minutes once a team's cooling off period ends. The winning team has a 5-minute cooling off period, and the non-advancing team has 15 minutes. Joining us now on the dais is Iowa State head coach T.J. Otzelberger, along with Deshaun Jackson and Joshua Jefferson. Coach, when you're comfortable, if you could just get us started with some general comments about the game.
Yeah, first of all, tremendous respect for Coach Miller, for Cincinnati, their program. We knew what a physical game it would be and how well prepared they would be, and we needed to be at our absolute best, and we were fortunate to come out and do that. From from the opening jump, and we finished strong. So just proud of our guys for keeping that level of focus.
Okay, we remind you to raise your hand to let us get a wireless mic to you. Please state your name and your affiliation. Okay, we're right here on the second row on the right side, Coach.
TJ, big advantage for you guys on the boards today. What did you think of the physicality down there?
Yeah, I think especially these two guys, they were resilient. I mean, Deshaun, I felt like he took over the game at parts of the game, and it was on the glass, it was in the paint. Defensively, he made some really impactful plays. Joshua has been our best rebounder all year long and does a great job of not only blocking out but chasing him down. And these two guys controlled the paint, both how they attacked offensively and then how they rebounded on both ends and just their physical presence. They had a toughness and a physicality to them that really led our team today.
Deshaun, to kind of build off of that career high rebounds for you at Iowa State, what got the physicality going for you?
Just our practice habits. We do the hard work every day, so we just went out and showed what we do every day.
Okay, let's go to the front row on the right here.
TJ, what can you tell us about Taman and Keyshawn?
Yeah, as far as Keyshawn goes, well, it'll be evaluate him tonight and in the morning and see what he's able to do. Not sure right now. Just talk to him after. And then with Taman, sounds like he, something with his growing, he tweaked it. But I think for sure he'll be fine and he'll be good to go tomorrow.
Keyshawn didn't play in the second half because of the injury, though.
Yeah, Keyshawn didn't play in the second half because he felt like he couldn't get any push or any explosion. So we'll stretch him out and we'll get him, do everything that we can to get him ready to play tomorrow, if that's a possibility.
Let's go to the second row on the left side here.
Sam Foster, Daily Universe. This is for any three of you. You play BYU tomorrow. Obviously, the main motivation is to win a Big 12 championship, but is there any added motivation after the double overtime game last week?
We have, we think very highly of their program. They're playing at an extremely high level. They came into our building and did a great job and earned a victory. We will prepare just like we prepare for every game and every opponent and every opportunity. We'll aim to control what we can control and be at our absolute best come out tomorrow.
Do you want a player as well? Okay.
No, BYU is a good program. They came and they smacked us in the mouth in the beginning of the game. So just coming out with a good sense of urgency against them tomorrow will help us get it done.
Okay, let's go over here on the right, second row.
TJ, I want to ask what Cade Kelderman has done to kind of earn your trust to play him in these big moments. And Joshua, just kind of what do you see from him in practice on a day-to-day basis?
Yeah, Kay's a tremendous worker every day in practice. He competes and leaves it on the court, and he earns that trust through what he does on a day-to-day basis. And so when he goes in the game, I mean, he had a big defensive play today. I think it really uplifts our guys because they see the work that he puts in. They have so much respect for him. So obviously, I'm showing my trust and my belief in him by the opportunities we're giving him at key points in our season, and we're going to continue to count on him because we know how much it means to him, how much he loves being a Cyclone, how much he cares about our team's success, and how hard he works and dedicates himself every single day.
Man, I love Cade. My roommate as well, so our chemistry on the floor is really good, I feel like, and he brings it every day in practice. So I think you guys just get to see, but Cade's a really good player, and as soon as he gets more opportunities, you guys are going to know.
Any other questions? Not seeing any, Coach.
Thank you.
Very much. Appreciate it. Good luck tomorrow.
I was going to make a comment on that, actually.
Do you guys think?
Joining us on the dais now is Cincinnati head coach Wes Miller, along with Jizzle James. Coach, when you're comfortable, if you just start us off with some general comments about the game.
Yeah, well, I thought our guys were obviously our whole program was disappointed coming into the tournament with our play the last week of the regular season, and I was really proud of the way our guys came here and responded, and I thought we played with great effort yesterday, and I thought for 35 minutes tonight we played with great effort. I thought our frustration kind of got the best of us when it felt out of hand there at the end, but our guys fought, and I thought there was a lid on it a little bit tonight. They're a great defensive team, but we generated some really good shots tonight and just felt like we couldn't get them to go like we wanted, but we kind of stayed with it, and then I think Dylan's dunk at 14 left in the second half cuts it to 3. We get it back to 5 a couple times. I'm obviously not happy with the outcome and disappointed, but we had our chances against a good team.
Okay, please remember to raise your hand. We'll get a microphone to you. Let's go to the second row here on the left here, Coach.
Keegan Nickerson with Bearcat Journal. You kind of mentioned the 3-point disadvantage, and then also against Kansas State when they took a 1-point lead, and just how dejected you guys were. Did you kind of see that situation today of the 6-0 run right after that kind of having a big impact?
No, I didn't think that happened. I thought we dunk it. I think they go down. I think they score at the rim, and then I think we just made a bad read. We ran a good action, and it kind of wasn't there. We got the turnover on the baseline, and we get it back to 5. I didn't see that. I think when it got double figures in the last 2.5 minutes of the game, I think a lot of frustration and just being at this where we are at this point in the year kind of showed there. But no, I didn't think while the game was still in hand, I didn't see that. We just didn't kind of convert some plays. I thought our guys' fight was there tonight. If anything, we've seen this a lot with them this year. They wanted it too bad. I mean, I think Josh has a 3 with like 4 and some change, and I think it's a 9-point game. And if it goes in, it cuts it to 6. It's a really good look, and you could just see on his face and when it didn't go in. Sometimes we've wanted it too bad at times. So I didn't see the give in at all. And listen, in the last 2 minutes, when they kind of felt like it was over, I thought we showed some frustration. But outside of that, no, I didn't see that when they made a run.
Let's go to the second row here on the right.
Scott Springer, Cincinnati Enquirer. Anything you can pinpoint on the rebounding? You rebounded the ball really well yesterday, and then today Iowa State got you pretty good again.
Yeah, I didn't think it was a lack of effort, Scott. I think AZ getting in the foul trouble, that hurts, and we got to play small. And we're just giving up a lot of size and physicality. Certainly there's possessions here and there where you miss a box out or you don't get after the ball like you should. But I thought the overall effort to the ball isn't necessarily accurate in the rebound and despairs. I thought some of it was just, playing a really small front court, being depleted in the front court. Again, you take out the last 2 minutes of the game. Our fight was fine. We couldn't convert enough. We made a couple defensive errors in the second half, but it wasn't a lack of try.
Tyler Easterday, the News Record. 12-2 start for Iowa State out of the gate. How detrimental was that, kind of getting off to that slow start to start the game?
You always want to get off to a good start. That has not been a problem with our team. We usually get off to pretty dang good starts. But, again, there was a little bit of a lid on it. I thought we got some pretty good looks there early in the game, and they just didn't quite go. But, again, we stayed with it. It's like I told our guys at halftime, I think we're down 9 at half, and we could not make a shot. And I thought their toughness and their fight is the only reason that we were in a 3-possession game.
Okay, here on the left on the third row.
Keegan Nickerson with Bearcat Journal. Jizzle, what would you say is the biggest thing you've learned in year 2 in the Big 12?
I could say the biggest thing I learned this year is just responding to adversity. We had, some tough stretches, and, we had some games go how we did not want them to go. So it's just how you bounce back, sticking together, blocking out all the outside noise and just standing together as a team and just trying to complete the mission that you set out to do at the beginning of the season.
We're going to go back here to the right on the second row.
Coach, what happens from here, assuming you go to the Crown tournament? That's 19 days away. What does the schedule look like? I'm sure you haven't really wrapped your head around that, but it's a long time.
Yeah, no, the thing that we've been focused on is trying to play in the NCAA tournament, you know, and I think we were 40th in the net before we played Kansas State at home less than a week ago, right? So it felt within reach. You come here, we felt like we could play with everybody in this league and make a run here. So that's been we haven't talked about anything past that at this point. And I think the thing that I told our guys in the locker room is, and Jizzle just echoed it a little bit, is listen, man, we're disappointed to be in the position we're in. We felt like we had a team that could make a run in the NCAA tournament, not just before the season started, but a bunch of points throughout the year. You know, the thing that I implored each of them to do, and I think we need to do the same thing as a staff, every one of us, is to take what we experienced this year and learn from it. Like this can be a very, very valuable thing for all of us moving forward if we'll learn from it. There's a lot of lessons to be learned this year. And to me, that's again, my mindset right now is there. And my mindset is, you know, getting this team back to Cincinnati.
Would you have enough if you got into another tournament?
I hadn't thought about it, Scott. I hadn't thought about anything other than the NCAA tournament at this point.
Let's go here to the left.
Same question that I asked Jizzle. What would you say is the biggest thing you learned as a coach? You talked about how year one in the Big 12 was such a change. What about year two?
Yeah, there's like I just kind of said to the team, there's a numerous amount of things that we learned this year. And I'm not going to, you know, you're local with us, Keegan, so you can ask that question at the next press conference, and we can kind of dive into that. We're just fresh off, and we're crushed off of a game. You know, our guys played their hearts out here in Kansas City. They're crushed. They were responding to a bad week last week the way we all expected them to, and we just couldn't get over the hump tonight, and they're crushed. So, you know, I'll get into, there's a laundry list of things, but I think don't even want to start, right? Because there's a laundry list, but there's a physical. You mentioned the rebounding. There's a physicality in this league, you know, that's different than other leagues. You know, you got to have a level of physicality, that's for sure. You know, but there's a number that's just off of tonight, right? Because I don't think our effort to the board was any different tonight than it was yesterday. I don't think it was any different. I think Jizzle would tell you the same thing. But the teams that are in the top half of this league, it's a different deal, and that's where we expect to be. And so there's just one example. Like, we have to make sure that we have the right level of size and physicality when we put lineups out on the court. And tonight, again, it wasn't a fight thing, but you're looking out at lineups where you just don't have, I mean, Deshaun Jackson, look at his numbers, right? He's got 15 rebounds. He's 260, 270 pounds. You know, Joshua Jefferson, I mean, he's 6'9", he's 200, I'm guessing, but he looks like he's about 245, 250 pounds. And, you know, there's a level of physicality that we got to make sure that we have.
Okay, any other questions? Thanks a lot, Coach.
Thanks.
Good luck to you.